Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Brown Bird
Okay.
channel.
Episode 10. Woo! We are fast approaching the season finale.
We are. We were just talking about this.
And the season finale will be at
TBRU.
Woo!
I am so excited, Joe. I just ordered the last pieces of my outfit for Bear Dance.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, which game?
It's gonna be a surprise, but
I gotta go start buying stuff for TBRU.
Okay, honey.
I need a harness, a different kind of harness and jockstrap every day. I need I need to try to get my harness and jockstrap to match my Timberlands.
Well, let me tell you. Most people will tell you, well, all you need is a jockstrap and some harness.
Okay. Yes, I'm gay. Yes, I'm a little masculine, but I'm also a little feminine. You know, a bitch, she loves her colors.
Girl.
You know, what? TBRU is 4 days?
Yes.
I will give you 2 days in which I will not wear concealer. The other 2 days, bitch, I'm going to be beat for the gods. Fuck what you heard.
Well, I mean, for the most part, you know, it's a bear event, so we're going to try to be batch.
But just to let you know, my makeup will not come off when I'm face down.
Okay, because we know waterproof.
Baby, what you get before we walk into the hotel room will be there when you leave.
But, you know, so the topic of this year is Wonderland, Bears in Wonderland.
Oh.
So, you know.
Welcome to Wonderland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I am still waiting on, well, I still have to make a decision as far as if I'm going to get some bunny ears for one of the parties.
Oh, so like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I might, how about I become the Mad Hatter?
I am going to be the Mad Hatter at Bird Dance, but it's a version of it. So all of us can play a different version of the Mad Hatter.
Oh, yeah.
Or the bunny, or whichever other character of the story. I know I'm going to be Mad Hatter. It's going to be a twist of the Mad Hatter.
Oh, maybe I can come as the Red Queen.
Facts.
Yes.
Can you imagine? A big old hard hat.
I saw a big, I'm sorry, you said hat. I can imagine a big old hard. That's when you lost me after that. I was like, my bad. Hat. I need to get some red gloves.
Oh.
I actually have a pair. I have red, black, burgundy, pink, green. Yeah, okay.
So get your outfits ready.
I'm getting ready, baby.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But
before we dive in any further.
Yes, before we do. Yes.
Okay. I am post surgery.
Oh, yes.
Went well. The biopsy, they did everything they needed to, yada yada yada. I'm recovering. Cannot have sex for 2 weeks. So Kitty's on house arrest for 2 weeks.
So for TVRU, she'll be ready.
Oh baby, she'll be fresh out the house.
Okay.
Ready to go. And I go March 9th. I go to get the results, so she finds out that I'm claiming she's cancer free. So
yes. And this whole celebration is gonna be double celebration for you, and hopefully double penetration as well.
Baby, double, triple, quadruple.
Ultra gay!
Yes.
I'm down for it.
It's gonna be ultra gay. I love it. So I'm so excited. I'm also glad to hear that you're doing okay.
Yes.
And we have been sending prayers to you.
Thank you.
I actually asked my mom to send some prayers to you as well.
Oh, thank you, baby.
And so we're all up for your recovery, and we hope that this all came out, you know, good. And even if there's not some good news. We'll still be here to support you fully, and you will make it through this.
I'm still gonna be gay, and I'm gonna be fucking to my grave.
Okay, and
There it is.
this is not gonna stop the show. This is
Trust
not
me.
gonna stop the rainbow.
Oh, no. Ain't gonna stop me from spreading my legs either.
Okay. That's the way you have to view things in this environment.
And there you have it. Anyway,
Okay.
let's go move on.
Well, let's move on to the hot topics of the moment.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, we try to avoid being so political,
Baby.
but sometimes it's just inevitable.
Baby.
Okay. Let's start with the fantastic meeting that our Cheeto in Chief had with President Zelensky this week. What do you think about it? How do you think? Tell me what you think we accomplished in this meeting.
We accomplished that Americans put in office a convicted felon who is stupid, disrespectful, a pouting, insufferable child, who has surrounded himself by like-minded individuals in his playpen that they now call the White House. There are very few things that I will not say, although it has not been the best to me, but I will never say I'm ashamed to be an American. I will always be proud to be an American because the presidency is an institution. It's not the individual that's there in this moment.
Period.
And so his time is coming. Let him pout, but it was disrespectful. It was embarrassing. The country our country got humiliated on
yet again
on international television.
At the international
stage. But all I can say is some of y'all got what you voted for. We already knew. So that his behavior ain't shocking, ain't surprising.
Well, let me tell you.
We tried to warn you.
We tried. And what you saw there, in my opinion, was all orchestrated.
Oh, please. He's a fucking reality TV star. You better believe it was orchestrated.
Okay, and
he's a better reality TV star than he is a president.
Okay. And when he said, well, this will make for a great television, I was like, dude.
And I'm going to tell y'all, when his presidency is over, he is either going to release a book that says, and I'm just going to spitball at a title, The 8 Years America Took My Dick.
Well, at this point, I think they should be, in that book, there should be a chapter called How I Served My Master Putin by Sucking on His Cock, hardcore on national television.
You realize for a group of men who don't like gay people, they're doing a lot of gay shit right now.
Oh, plenty.
There's a lot of white man on man action that's happening.
Oh,
and it's just not on Pornhub.
It's the things that they don't say, but that you know, or that you feel like they're happening. It's just the political cocksucking that's happening in the White House.
It's just a room full of bunch of angry bottoms. Because ain't nobody topping.
No. And you know who's getting the cum dump? Lady Graham. Lady Graham.
Well, there it is.
I mean, before all of this, she was like, "Oh no, we need to stand up against Putin, and we need to defend Ukraine, and we need to be behind,
Oh, they're behind.
Well, they're behind, but not in the right way."
Okay.
And now he comes and sucks up to Trump's comments and remarks during that
Well,
meeting.
actually, I'm so sorry.
And then
Putin is the top.
who?
Putin is the
Oh,
top.
he is
Putin's
he's
the
the
top.
handler.
Oh, yeah, baby.
He's been handling since I don't know how many years now. But
Putin got to be packing one big ass dick. I'm telling you right now.
it's a big
They
white
taking
cock.
turns on that one. They taking turns on that dick. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Woo!
It is. It's a leather relationship.
You know your dick must be good when you can get an entire country to embarrass themselves.
Okay. Yeah, like it was so embarrassing. And yes, it was disrespectful to Americans,
Yes.
to the American reputation at the international level.
Yep.
And it was disrespectful to all of the allies,
Yep.
all of the U.S. allies, and the allies with Ukraine.
Yep.
Like all of these other leaders immediately posted, like, "Hey, Ukraine, you're not alone."
I mean,
Because that's how it felt. Like when he was asked to leave the White House, that's how it felt. Like
I can't believe they kicked him out.
they
told him to
They were like, "Bye, Felicia. We have nothing to talk about."
I was like, shit, he didn't even get $20 on the nightstand. I mean, goddamn.
Poor Zelensky was like, he had so much class.
Can you give him a little pat on the ass? My bitch.
The Cheeto in chief even told him on national television, like, with this, like, given this, like, what's happening right now, I don't think there's much to talk about. And then he asked him to basically shut up. And then Vance, cocksucking as he is,
Well, maybe he
was
should
like,
have
"Oh,
Well-
you're not being thankful enough."
Maybe that was his response to him from Musk's son telling Trump to stop talking.
And
He
the
had to
way
fire back at somebody.
I see it is, Trump's administrations have, or at least Trump. I can't talk for all of them, but at least Trump has always backed up
Trump.
Well,
And
the problem.
you're going to hear me say, guess what? All terrorists, if you are mad at us, let me tell you how you can fix it. Take this address down, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well,
Start there. We're good. I'll meet you at IHOP and we can celebrate later. I'm good. I don't give a fuck.
my problem with that is that the wording in that policy basically says that, you know, anything that could be considered a threat to U.S. national security, then could be under surveillance.
Then we have to look at what is classified as a threat. Now, there are laws that are in place because even if there are laws that are in place that are considered what's considered quote unquote a threat, so you would have to prove that threat. And if you can't prove that threat, you just gotta let them go.
Well, what happens if we were to have another Stonewall? What do you think would happen? Would you consider that a U.S. Threat to national security? Because it's a protest that turned violent?
There are presently laws in place that Congress still has not changed, regardless of whatever executive order the tangerine tyrant has put, that he wrote down on the toilet paper that he wants to call a sheet of paper. Those laws are still in place. So until the laws have changed,
Well, here's my thing. Right now, the Congress is under. I don't know if we even have a Congress anymore. Let's put it that way.
Right now, presently, there is a Congress. There's a bunch of people who have been voted into office that are sitting in quote unquote Congress.
That doesn't have any power because this person runs the country.
But even
over the rule of law.
But even he knows he could be sitting in his bed right now, touching himself, talking about, oh, I'm going to change this and I'm going to change this. He will sign an executive order, but Congress will. But until Congress comes back and says, because there are laws that are in place to protect the LGBTQ plus IA community. There are laws that are in place right now. So unless something comes back and says these laws no longer exist, that executive order is a sheet of paper that can be used as toilet paper.
I just feel like our freedom of speech as a civils group, it's going to be tamed because of this. Because if we're gonna have to face the threat of being being under surveillance for speaking up,
who says we aren't now?
I mean, yeah.
Who says even when that law was in place that it actually stopped?
It also worries me because what's gonna happen with places or forums like this?
Yeah, I mean there is no quarterly report that says Surveillance Monthly that says this is what's happening. Trust me, they're not talking about it. No one's just because. Okay, let's go ahead and speak truth. We all know there is not a government that is 100% clean. There isn't. Never has been, never will be. So just because they say they aren't doing it doesn't mean that they are or that they aren't. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. We're just now. I think right now this is smoking mirrors. We're going to talk about hot topics. We're going to push the emotional buttons of the public. So they're too busy fussing about shit that was removed from a website. And they're going to be too busy fussing about that and not paying attention to the paperwork that the laws are attached to that will get changed. We're paying attention to the wrong thing. We're focusing on, I think right now, which is just propaganda, the smokescreen.
I just feel like all of our gay rights are just being revoked little by little, and then the news like the ones that I just discussed, they're not being given enough exposure because there's other things going on, like with Zelensky and all that shit. But then in the meanwhile, the civil rights and the civil liberties that we all have enjoyed for several years now are being slowly taken away in front of our noses, and we don't even realize that all of this is actually going on, and what's the end game?
Until somebody comes back and says the civil rights laws have been changed and now there is a ban, I'm not saying anything because regardless of granted, when people think civil rights, they're thinking this is something that black people fought for, that our ancestors fought for, well, that our forefathers fought for. No, this civil rights was put in place and it gave protection not just to black, but also to uh, Asian, Hispanic, other races outside of Caucasian. So until something come back, until someone says the civil rights have been changed, I'm and that's gonna be a fight even Congress is not gonna put up with. I don't care what Trump does. Trump can hold a candlelight
Right.
vigil and go resort to witchcraft. It doesn't matter.
And I think I understand where you're coming from, but what I'm trying to refer to is, and maybe the term that I'm using is not the proper one, because I consider the protections that we used to have as an LGBTQ group as
We still
civil
have them.
rights.
We still have them.
Eh, And that's part of the civil rights movement as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, we still have our rights. Our rights are still in place. I mean, is there a conversation going on to try to change it? Yeah, but it's just a conversation. They still have not been taken away.
I know, but is that where we're headed? That's my worry right now.
On a state level,
Mhm.
possibly. On a national level, no.
I mean, do we go back to don't ask, don't tell?
In certain, I want to think
Mm-hmm.
that we will not go there. That it will not resort back to don't ask, don't tell. I truly, truly believe that we're not going to get there. There are other battles. I think right now, mentioning the attack on the LGBTQ plus IA community is a smokescreen to divert our attention. Because if you say anything about the alphabet mafia, everybody's coming out swinging. Everybody, it's going to bring on this swarm and those it's going to bring out those people who are actually advocates for our community. It's going to bring out those people who are not advocates but want people to think that they are, so they're going to join their voice. It's going to bring out the sympathizers. It's going to bring out those people who want the attention. I get it, but it's a smokescreen
Well,
because there are other things going on that we need to be focusing on. Because again, until Congress comes back and says it is no longer a law and the law has changed, until then, it's just talk. It's talk.
okay. I'm just afraid of what we're heading as a country. And I hope that, we, the people, don't allow these things to go further to where the alphabet mafia, whatever you want to call it, then have to be afraid of exist even.
I feel like it's not going to happen. I do. I have hopes. I really, really do. And that it won't come to that. It'll probably come close, but it won't come to that.
I hope that America wakes up early enough and not wait until it's too late.
Enough shit isn't happening. It's not bad. It's bad, but it's not bad enough.
No, not yet.
America's not awake yet. She's still asleep.
Yep. She is the Sleeping Beauty at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, talking about more happy things.
Oh, what? Happy thing?
Happy topics.
Okay.
Well, tonight are the Oscars. I'm excited for that too.
Oh, that's tonight?
That's tonight.
Not watching.
I thought it was gonna be last night, so me and my kids were like, "Oh, let's watch the Oscars." No, it was actually a documentary on like behind the scenes sort of thing.
I'm gonna wait till on Monday when they talk about what happened on the red carpet. After that, I don't care. I don't. I mean, granted, yeah, I'm excited. Look, I will care about the Oscars when I have been nominated. Okay, but until then,
What would be the category?
I just want to know what happened. What?
For this is that we're doing over here.
I don't know. Best saltiest slut in a barnyard scene. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the AVNs. That's our wrong award show. My bad.
Wow. You went far there. I don't know. I don't know what they would call it. The nomination for Salty Documentary of the Year is.
Yes.
The nominees are.
Joe Berry.
Joe Berry.
He got
Joe Berry.
nominated 5 times all by himself. All right.
No, he's winning all the nominations.
There we go.
Well, my money is on Cynthia Erivo, if you ask me, and Wicked.
What is she nominated for? I don't know.
A whole bunch of things.
Like what?
Just watch it. I don't know.
Okay.
We talked about this before.
Okay.
Anyways, social events. Well, TBRU is coming. We've said it many, many, many times. Yes, we can't wait.
So
March
fucking
13 to the 16th is coming.
I gotta lose maybe 3 more inches, maybe 4 inches in the waist.
Oh,
I want the waist, and I want the ass. There we go.
okay. Well, I'm working on my outfits, and like I said, I'm gonna be doing a version of the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
But I also have to have something with like bunny ears because I feel like the bunny is part of the story. It's very important. And it's very gay because we're bunnies are supposed to be like very sexual, like they reproduce a lot, and so do we.
Yeah.
We have a lot of that. Anyways, we will be ready to do some interviews, like we said before, and we're working on getting some merchandise ready for those who participate.
Yes.
So we're working on that. We will be doing some pop-up interviews here and there before TBRU to kind of test the waters and see where the temperature is at.
Oh, we're also working on going out on the streets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We're still doing a working title. I want to call it Bear Speaks.
Ooh, what would you call that section?
Yeah. So, we're going to be out on the streets talking to folk in our bear community and our bears, our bear lovers, our bear admirers, our bear appreciators. And so, we're trying to come up with a name for that segment of our show. So we need some ideas, suggestions. Hit us up.
Poking the bear on the street.
Poking the bear. Okay.
Well, that's not a idea.
Poke the bear. Ooh.
Poking the bear on the street.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Street bear poking. I don't know.
Street
bear poking. I love it. I swear to God, I don't come up with these ideas before the show. This is just me. Oh my goodness. So we're getting very ready for that. And I think that is going to be our season 1 finale when we film TVRU.
I'm excited.
Yes. After TVRU, we're going to have to reinvent this a little bit and come up with season 2. So stay tuned.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Season 2 is going to be hot.
Oh. We're going to have a lot more hot topics to talk about, and we're going to keep you interested. But in the meanwhile, don't forget to follow us on social media.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is the Brown Bear channel on TikTok.
Yes.
And Insta.
Yes.
And then the Brown Bear Channel podcast on YouTube. Our full video, full shows there.
Okay.
Then we're also on Spotify.
Yes.
And Amazon Music.
And hopefully soon. Coming soon. Maybe for season 2. Apple Podcasts. We'll see.
We're working on it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about health and wellness.
We always talk about it.
Yeah, we always have to have something to talk about. So let me ask you this question. This is a very serious question.
Oh Lord.
And this is something that every gay man should know about.
Poppers?
Well, we talked about that, girl.
Okay.
Honey.
My bad.
Do you ever bottom?
All
What
the
kind of
time.
question is that?
All the time.
So...
I mean, I've topped every once in a while, but that was back in the day. Now, I'm...
Girl, that was 30 years ago. Stop it.
No. It was... I would have to say it was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Then after that, I've enjoyed bottom bunk ever since.
So when you bottom, how do you prepare?
Oh, girl. Honey.
The topic that nobody ever wants to talk about, but that we all need to talk about.
Baby, from the windows to the wall, she is squeaky clean. Baby, as we say in the South, from the rooter to the tutor. Baby, shit. Right before sex, if you open up my legs, shit will shine and sparkle.
Oh my
There's a
God.
sign that says enter. Come on, baby, she shine bright like a diamond.
Oh my God. I cannot believe she used that reference, but she did. She totally did. Well, if you want to be shining bright like a diamond and not shitty kitty, because nobody wants to be shitty kitty.
Never.
Unless you're into that, and if it is,
That's you.
That's
That
you.
baby.
You do you. You do you. You know, you do you. But for those of us that like to serve it clean, ready, and cool,
I'm just letting you know, if you like it dirty,
don't hit me up.
unless you can show me you washing your dick with spick and span, Dawn, and bleach,
Ain't
going in my mouth.
Oh. Facts. Okay. I don't mind a little, if the bottom prepared and something happens while in the process, in the making of love.
Such as?
Something comes out, because every now and then something comes out. It happens to everybody.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, not in her case.
Honey.
But it has happened before.
I have a 100% quickly clean record. Trust me, she's pristine at all times.
And now she's advertising.
I am. That was one of my Yelp reviews. Satisfied customer.
Okay. She's never had it. Mm-hmm. But if you ever had that accident, after you clean, it's okay. When I top, it's like, if it happens, okay, accidentally, it can happen. Okay. But if you constantly, not clean,
Ew.
then may have a problem with that. Because when I bottom, I make sure I prepare. And I'm not gonna say
squeaky clean.
I try, and I've learned over time, because this has been a process. This hasn't happened overnight. Because I started full top.
Yeah.
Full on top.
When I first came out, I was.
So it's been a process.
I've been top. And someone introduced me to anal satisfaction.
Okay.
Been hooked ever since.
And so, at this point in my life, I mastered that. And yes, I do go through a process, and depending on what kind of activity I'm going to be doing, then I do certain preparations.
Yep.
Some preparations, like simple preparations for regular anal sex.
Mm-hmm.
And more in-depth cleaning for fisting activities.
No Indian or Mexican food.
Okay.
Just keep it real.
And the preparations vary from one person to the other, right? Because you got to know your body. You got to know what works for you, right? Mm-hmm. There is no absolute formula for everybody, one size fits all. No, there isn't. You just got to know how your body works.
Yep.
And but most important is that you feel confident doing what you enjoy the most, because let's be honest, you all enjoy it. I mean, even for those of you who said you don't, yes, you do.
Even if you have a healthy diet and you take the fiber supplements or you drink fiber, how often you need to have a movement throughout your day and how soon after you've eaten something. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you have to it's a crapshoot, or you have to sit back and pray over it and go, oh Lord, no. You know your body. No, okay, after I eat, 2 hours later I gotta take a shit. Well, guess what? If you know that, then you may not want to eat before you have sex.
Yeah, or don't have sex. Don't be a bottom if you have been having diarrhea for the past 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Or
just common sense.
or if you are an active bottom,
Yes.
such as myself,
Yes.
and you get a call at the last minute. Well, then first of all, yeah, you're still gonna have to do your clean out. But if all active bottoms need to have fiber introduced into their diet on a consistent basis,
Facts.
because I'm
Although there are some bottoms that claim that they have like the auto clean system installed with like automatic features. I don't believe that shit, but some people claim it. Anyway, go ahead. I interrupt.
honey, a bidet is something you pay for. Not something you're born with. Just saying.
Facts.
Just saying,
I'm
bitch.
just saying. I mean,
Okay.
When you're facing to with doubt, always go to your
And wash it out.
yeah, wash it out. Okay, whatever it is, just make sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, but have you ever like stop and think about like what it's all entailed inside of your body when you're cleaning up? And like what actual parts, like how do they look, like how do they react, like what is the actual physical and medical explanation of cleaning up? Well, let me tell you,
Okay, because I'm like, bitch, I ain't never did an X-ray while douching, so I don't
nobody
know.
ever does.
Okay.
That's why
Okay, go ahead, girl.
we have a specialist in our community.
Oh, yes, we do.
yes,
we do.
Dr. Carlton.
Oh, Dr. Daddy.
Yes.
Hi.
Dr. Carlton has provided us with so much information, especially during the RGB weekend, leather weekend. I recorded many clips, and one of them is about preparation for anal sex. So
yes.
I am going to let the expert,
Yes,
the
girls.
absolute expert, gastroenterologist, expert on butt sex
Come on, ladies.
and kinks.
Listen up, ladies. Grab your
To
notepads.
enlighten
and
us.
take notes. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you watch this video and you tell us what you learned, because I'm gonna tell you, I've learned so much with this man. This man is a genius.
Yes.
I mean, he's groundbreaking
Yeah. This is, girls.
and
this
life
is-
changing.
This is also the same man that gave us the
The butt clock.
Yes, honey. The butt clock.
There you go.
The biggest question I get online is frustration with cleaning out for anal sex. It's like this big, huge mystery for people. They just don't get it. They don't know what to do. They're frustrated with it. The biggest thing you can do is a dietary guidance with high fiber. Fiber supplementation has rocked my world. Before I started fiber supplements, it was taking me an hour to clean out. When I started fiber supplements daily, it dropped to 5 minutes. It sweeps out all the residue. It makes your clean out really rapid and fast. Know your body and your do's and don'ts. If you go to Taco Bell and you have raging diarrhea for 2 days, don't eat there if you're gonna go bottom. If you have problems with milk or dairy products in general that give you diarrhea, don't eat those before you're gonna have sex. Also know about the gastrocolic reflex. If you eat something within 30 minutes, usually your stomach sends a signal to your butt, your rectum, to empty so that you can make room for the food coming in by making your waste escape. So that's, you don't have to starve yourself like you see all these videos on Instagram where, the bottom's eating an ice cube and the top's eating a steak. You don't have to do that. Just know your body. Don't develop an eating disorder over getting fucked. When it comes to douching, I've seen people use anything from water bottles to interval bulbs to shower shots. Be really careful with the shower shot. Use lukewarm water no matter what you use, because it's about body temperature. So not too cold, not too hot. Hot's gonna burn you, cold's gonna make you spasm. Also with those shower shots, if you just stick it up your ass and turn it on, it might come out so forcefully that it could tear open your rectum. I've seen a case of that. Or it could burn the shit out of you if you have the water on too hot. So just be really careful with the temperature and the volume that you put in there. You don't want to overdo it, because that's just going to make your clean out process longer. Lubrication is obviously very, very key when it comes to anal as well. Next, please. So this video is something that's been seen 2.5 million times online. Incredibly important to know for your clean out process and also for fisting and toy safety. Play, please. Hey guys, important anatomy lesson. That red arrow represents your anus or your butthole. The blue arrow in this diagram represents your rectosigmoid junction. That's the sharp turn that happens in your GI tract down low. The rectum is between the anus and the rectosigmoid junction. It's about 6 to 8 inches long, so you really only need to clean out that tiny little area. And with that sharp turn after that at the rectosigmoid junction, if you put too much water in there, it's going to flood over that turn and create a big messy process for your cleanup. The other important thing to note about that sharp turn, also called the second hole, in more extreme play, is that if you insert an object that's too large, too quickly, and don't give that time to straighten out a little bit, that turn to straighten out a little bit, you can perforate the rectosigmoid junction and lead to an emergency surgery. So that usually happens, honestly, when people are chemically altered. So it's one of the things I tell people, it's really important not to be chemically altered if you're going to be doing extreme play, because you can't tell if you're being injured, and often you make mistakes and you don't realize you're hurting someone or you're hurting yourself. So be aware of your anatomy, not only for the clean out process, but to prevent injury in more extreme play. Yeah, so the rectum is pretty wide there, but actually that turn after the sigmoid is really fucking narrow. It blows my mind that people can get fists up and around that area. You have to really be careful when you're fisting somebody, because you have to use your fingers to just gently guide along the opening, because if you just like that, you're gonna go right through there and send them to surgery. Fisting is something we'll talk about in a little bit, but it is truly an Olympic sport and not for the faint. Next, please. The dipstick test. Man, for reassurance, this is the best thing that ever came along for me. Like, in my clean out process, if I'm not quite sure I'm ready, this is the key. Before you play, are you ever worried that you're clear enough back there? I got a great tip from a power bottom who recommends the dipstick test. So basically you take a dildo, lubricate it well, slide it in, pull it back out. If things are clear, you're good to go. If they're not, you have some more work to do. It serves 3 purposes, actually. Number 1, confidence and reassurance that you're ready to go. Number 2, lubrication, especially after you clean out, is very important back there. And number 3, opening things up. You know what's about to happen back there? Get it ready. Yeah, I have a dildo that has like a tiny head on it, and as it goes down the shaft, it gets girthier and girthier and girthier. So as you slide in, you open up more. It's Dr. Skin. It's only about a 7-inch long thing, but it really does a good job of helping you open up. I really recommend that. And again, lubrication is really important. After you've done all that clean out, you've taken out everything out of your insides to help any sort of natural mucus to help protect yourself. So particularly silicone lube is really, really good at protecting things. And it's slippery, you don't have to be applying as often, but be generous with it. Next, please. Use water-based lube for toys, especially toys that are where the silicone doesn't mix, so you don't want to destroy your toys. I like silicone for anal sex with a penis, or hybrid versions of it. The big thing with silicone lube is when you spill it, it's a fucking mess. So you really have to be aware that, even my husband and I, we keep a little bottle of Dawn dishwashing liquid in our shower, so after we fuck, we just put a little bit of that on there, rinse off, and then moisturize. Cleans you right away. Water-based lubes and silicone-based lubes are safe for condoms. What's not safe for condoms are petroleum-based things, coconut oil, anything really oil-based will eat right through a condom and you'll lose your barrier protection. When it comes to fisting lubes, there's a ton of lubes out there, J-Lube, X-Lube, some people mix it with Crisco, CBD to help relax things as well. There's all kinds of things, you just kind of have to figure out what works best for you. Next.
All right, well, I told you that was going to be such an enlightenment video.
Are we learning? Are we being educated?
Are you guys taking notes?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you a good student?
Okay.
Yes.
Don't miss this pearls of knowledge that we're going to be dropping every episode. The pearls. And we're not talking about the bukkake.
I was.
If you don't know what bukkake is, honey.
If you know, you know.
If you, if
That's
you-
your phrase, bitch.
That is mine. That is right. If you know, you know. Anyways, let's dive into the one thing we love the most. And let me see if I can
What?
get it right this time, because the last time,
Let's go for it.
sex. Okay. I got it.
Oh,
right.
by the way, someone made a comment on TikTok, but they love how you tongue pop.
Yours truly.
Years of practice.
And for that certain person, and you know who you are, that sometimes has certain questions about how I learn all these things and how it's not compatible with the way I look. Well, honey, a little glitter never kill anybody.
No.
Okay.
No. Absolutely.
I'm just messing with you guys and you. You know who you are.
Motherfucker, if Rainbow Bright wants to be in my room, in my bedroom throwing glitter when I come, open the window and let that hoe in.
All I'm saying, the Care Bears were all
Yes.
rainbow colors.
What with the Teletubbies and
fuck,
which one
Teletubbies.
was Tinky Winky? Whatever one of them. Come on, shit.
I always found the Teletubbies kind of weird. Like, kind of, I don't know. Like,
What?
They run me. Anyway. Anyways.
Okay, that's another episode.
Another
We're gonna need a
episode.
therapist on that one.
Okay. My therapist at this point, he's like, what else do you have for me this week? It's like,
Unpack your shit. Let's go.
oh, Lord. He must be so tired of me. Anyway, so I wanted to discuss this question because I kind of feel like sometimes we don't know how to navigate these situations, like these awkward situations when a friend breaks up with a boyfriend, and also what happens when you have a close friend and there's like hot guys around this person that you know through your friend.
So
And then also the situation with friendships that sometimes would dictate like who you sleep with and who you don't sleep with. Like, let's start with that. Like, should a friend dictate who you sleep with? What do you think?
your friend can do whatever they want. Should I listen to them? No. Because I hear what you have to say, but this is my life and I love you and I appreciate you having my back. But if you're worried about my happiness, then let me be happy. If you don't like this person for personal reasons, you tell me that. And then I will still decide. However, if you're my friend, I will take that into consideration. Will it be a deciding factor? Depends on the chemistry I have with that person. And if I decide to go into a relationship with that person because the chemistry is right and I feel like that person's good for me, you as my friend should be happy for me. Because if she were on the foot, I'd be happy for you. That's why it's called friendship.
Okay. And that makes sense. I mean, yes, let's say that I've seen situations where friends would kind of try to dictate who you sleep with and who you don't sleep with. I wish that most of those times would have been because it was in my own good not to do so. But if that happens, I would expect that a good friend will tell me the reason why.
Okay, but here's
Right?
the question:
Yes.
Are they chiming in because this is somebody who they don't want you to have sex with, or are they chiming in because this is somebody who they don't want you to be in a relationship with? There's a difference.
Yes, that's
Because
right.
if it's fucking, the only person that gets to decide who I'm fucking is Lil
That's
Kitty. Okay, Hello Kitty makes
Or
that
Mr.
decision.
Weenie.
Okay, she's Congress. Okay,
She Congress.
baby, and she.
Okay.
And I'm only listening to Kitty. Okay. Now, if it was a relationship,
Listen to
all
your
right,
inner
come
Kitty.
on. That's a different
She
story.
knows better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we both agree on that. But let's change. Let's give it a little twist.
Okay, talk to me.
Would you sleep with a friend's ex-boyfriend? Uh-oh.
Okay. Now let's look.
Tension.
And I say this because we all have to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We have friendships where there's friendship, best friend, friendship, association,
Acquaintances.
okay, acquaintances. If
Drinking
I'm
buddies.
yes. If I'm dealing with friendship, best friend,
Yeah.
your ex is your ex and will not be my next.
Okay.
If this is friendship, association, acquaintance, I don't care.
Okay.
Because then it's open. It's available. Because there is, and that's because I separate out my friendships, my associations, my best friend. Those people who mean a lot to me, who I will always have their back, I'm ride or die, thick or thin. No, I'm there. Those people, meaning these are, okay. It's like employment at McDonald's is a high turnover rate.
Okay.
Okay. So if you get mad at me because I fucked your ex and you're not really my good friend, trust me, I'll have another one look just like you probably in about 15 minutes because he's going to introduce me to somebody else. And we're going to move on.
Okay.
Okay. So that's that I'm not losing no sleep. Because if you are worried about being good friends with me, then we'd be in a different place right now. You're happy with where we are too. Somebody once told me a long time ago, where you pitch your tent is where we will sleep. Okay? And if you happy down here, so am I. But if your ex come along and your ex look good and your ex approaches me, oh, I'm gonna drop my drawers like the Easter Bunny. Fuck that shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Because you know, straights have this thing called the girl code.
Yeah, I'm jumping and humping. Let's go.
Does that even really apply to
Say that one more time.
the girl code?
Oh, you mean well, it's still called the bro code. Because
Okay,
we still do.
Girl code, bro code.
Yeah, we call each other girl, but it's still bro. It's still the bro code. And the bro code is, but there's the interesting thing. When it comes to the bro code, it's still the same with the bro code, straight or gay. Because bro code, if we bros and we like, homie, tight, you my boy,
Right.
then guess what? I ain't fucking your ex. But if we like, we drink, we hang out. Okay, then guess what? Your ex, they literally become the village bicycle. Everybody gets a ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're basically saying, okay, if it's your best friend and he broke up with this guy, would you never consider
Again,
having a little
friend,
fling?
acquaintance, associate, or friend, best friend? Which one we talking about?
Friend.
Oh, friend down here.
No, friend over here.
Oh no, will I do it? No. Will I possibly go home and think about it and touch myself late at night, depending on how it excites me? There's a 99.86 probability that will probably happen. But I will never bring it to fruition. I will never allow it to happen because as good as that sex may be, I don't have a lot of best friends. So those relationships to me are irreplaceable. And I won't do anything to damage that. Okay, even if your dick was dipped in gold and was shiny and it was the Midas touch, bitch, so no, it's not worth it.
So it depends on the kind of friendship, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, I would say that there is some truth to that.
No, but you ain't getting out of it like that. Nah, come on, speak.
No, I would say, if it's been a reasonable time and...
Okay, with friend, associate, acquaintance, or friend, best friend?
I guess at this point, I wouldn't count acquaintances. Acquaintances could be whatever.
Okay, so friend, best friend.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
So I would say, if I'm still friends with that person, and they had broke up, and this other person had broke up with them, I would wait a considerable amount of time.
Which
and
is like what?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. And then I would ask if I was still friends with my friend, right? I would go and ask or have a conversation and be like, hey, I know you guys broke up and and this happened and whatnot. If I have a sexual encounter with this person, would it be okay with you?
And what if they said it will damage our friendship?
Then definitely would be something to consider. If that person is your friend, you have to.
Then we go back to the original question: would you allow a friend to dictate your relationship? And now you're saying yes.
Got me there. I don't have an answer for that. Because if you value your friendship and that is a boundary that your friend has,
Yeah.
then you have to make a decision whether you're going to honor your friend's wishes and boundaries and not do something that could cause harm. But also you have to be true to yourself.
Mhm.
And if you feel like this other person is worth sacrificing this relationship with your friend, then playing the devil's advocate, you have to evaluate which one do you feel it would be more beneficial to you, because at the end of the day, your friend's gonna fuck whomever.
That's true.
Your kid is your kitty, so
your kitty, your choice.
Your kitty. I'm dead. I'm deceased. She killed me in the making. At the end of the day, your friends are gonna ask questions, unless again we go back to the same thing, if it's an ex of yours, so why not? And you would hope that the other person would do the same, which is not a guaranteed.
Right.
So, therefore, the topic of this conversation.
I think, and this is a possible suggestion to friend, best friend.
Okay.
The circumstances in which they broke up, be that if it were consensual or non-consensual, that they agreed or they did one broke up with the other, and if there is baggage or there is no baggage,
right?
And say the ex wanted to, I won't sleep with that person, but I would be willing to try to get to know them. And once I have, because with me being demisexual, I gotta get to know you. I gotta find out if the chemistry's there. Right. Then at that point, if I have a comfort with that person, meaning this person is now friend, best friend, as well as my original friend, best friend, it is worth a conversation for all of us to sit down, because now you are the middle person in between these two.
Oh, fuck, that would be a one awkward conversation.
Yeah. Sure. See, that is the, what's the word I'm looking for?
The conundrum?
No. Because I'm not monogamy. What's the other word?
Polyamory?
Yeah, that's the polyamory of it all, where the conversation has to be had. Although we're not sleeping with each other, but in a sense, you slept with him, and now I'm about to sleep with him, so technically we've all would have slept together. So if you break it down, it does come. So it's worth the conversation, but you've got to get to know them. And if your friend, best friend, now, prime example, now if you are the ex and say you did something illegal to my friend, best friend, okay, we didn't even talk. If you cheated on my friend, best friend, I'm going to be giving you the side eye, because if you cheat on her, you're going to cheat on me.
Oh, okay.
So if there's a situation, because what they say, what the leopard doesn't change its spots. It is what it. That's just. I'm sorry, but depending upon why y'all broke up,
Mhm.
it's worth exploring. That's if and only it's a strong fucking if there is a relationship that me and my friend, best friend's ex are now developing that's getting close without sex being involved. And now I want to explore the sexual side.
Okay.
It's worth it. But again, it's still, again, people throw the word friend around way too easily. People, just because I've known you 8 years does not make you my friend. It means I've known you 8 years. There's a comedian, her name is Nanette Lee.
Okay.
I've known Nanette for quite some time. We were all part of the Tom Joyner Morning Show when he was still at K104. And she had made a comment. And she goes, the reason why I don't have a lot of friends, because a lot of people are not worthy of my friendship.
Facts.
So you have to decide. People need to start scaling their friends and their associations and where people sit with them, because you could be giving devotion and dedication to someone and loyalty to someone who will betray you because the wind blew.
Period.
So anyway, that's just how that goes.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so that's gonna do it for us, babies.
I think so. I think we're done for today. But stay tuned, because like we said before, we're gonna be doing some pop-up interviews here and there at the bars and taking the temperature about TBRU. But there is a topic that we're gonna be asking people about.
What's up?
What is your fantasy public sex place that you have been obsessing about?
We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
Not right now, but
okay. Question: We're gonna do that on the next episode, or we're gonna do it on the season finale?
I think we could just do it. Probably we could start for the next episode.
Okay, I have a suggestion for the next show.
Okay,
let's make episode 11, because we're building up to the season finale, which will be episode 12.
Yes.
Let's make episode 11 as scandalous as possible from beginning to end.
And that is
Ultra Gay.
Yeah,
it's home. It's real home. So we'll do that. We need to start working on topics and stuff. And then we also got to get ready, because we're doing a lot of interviews and at TBRU, and we're going to be hitting the streets. So make sure you give us your ideas and suggestions for what that title of the show should be. And as always, thank y'all for watching us, because we're having a blast.
Yes.
This is the Brown Bear Channel, baby.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.